And Tyson Pearce, the South Australian driver, starts out of posse number 10. This should be a beauty. Watch for Hunt in machine 20. He's starting on the outside front row, and we've got them underway. How does it pan out? This time, the man to take the lead on settling down is Mark Winterbottom, who did get himself on pole position for this race. And Hunt has had a problem, has he?
Yes, David Hunt's had a shocking start. He's gone from the front row of the grid back to position 5. Mark Winterbottom's assumed the lead from Richard McLeod, and Clint Cathcart's made a great start to get up into 3rd place.
Expert comments beside me from Ian Salvestrin, the editor of Kart Oz magazine, and one of the nation's top drivers in Intercontinental A. Once again, we see action resembling a freight train as they run nose to tail. Winterbottom is your race leader in the final of Formula A. Gee, it's close. Plenty of action behind him. Winterbottom would be well pleased with that if he can get a break, go as hard as he can here over the next few laps, and while all the other drivers are occupying themselves with the battles they're involved in, he should just drive away. Yeah,
exactly. Very tight back there. We've got a couple of people with their arm in the air. Looks, oh, we've got a red flag incident. Didn't quite see what happened there. The karts will make their way back to the pits and we'll have a full restart though. Looks as though an accident involving William Yarwood, Scott Logan and Michael Caruso. Let's hope those drivers are okay.
It would appear they've emerged unscathed, Ian.
They're back in the restart, so obviously they are looking for the start again. See if Troy Hunt can get the start this time. Will he get boxed in once again?
He gets a reprieve. Hunt gets another opportunity to do it. Winterbottom's got the better line, though, through the left-hander. Hunt does tuck himself into 2nd place this time, though. Interesting to see if he can stay with him.
Notice back in the pack, David Clark making a move on the inside of one of the drivers. Looked like Yarwood, so he's obviously desperate to make up for a woeful first round and get to the front. But as Winterbottom, he's very, very determined to take out his first Formula A win this weekend. He's been dynamite off the starts, and he's leading this restarted Formula A final.
Running 3rd is Richard McLeod, Queenslander. And there is not a lot of racing room out there at the moment. There is the top 3 for you early in this race. Troy Hunt finds himself back in a reasonably good attacking position again, running 2nd on the racetrack after an awful start when we got the field away the first time of asking in this final. But it would seem to me, Ian, that Winterbottom has their measure. He just seems to be doing it a little easier and does have a nice little lead now of about 3 or 4 metres. The battle's starting to intensify now between Hunt and Richard McLeod for 2nd and 3rd. Wincup's done an outstanding job, hasn't he? And he's always consistent.
Yeah, very, very professional young driver is Jamie Whincup in kart number 6. The Techno entry out of Melbourne as he chokes his engine into this corner here. He's come from 13th on the grid, as we said earlier, and he's really on the charge. He could very easily get to the front of this race.
One of the remarkable things about karting is the adhesion, the grip that these little tyres obviously contribute to the drivers. Once they've reached their perfect working temperature, they really stick in impressive fashion.
Oh, that's exactly, and it's the grip that just held Michael Caruso on the track to go through, and William Yarwood right there. Looking back in the pack, Caruso leading Yarwood, came 2nd in this race last year. Tyson Pearce leading fellow South Australian Gary Dan. Scott Logan also up there, and this is a great fight with 6 or 7 karts all fighting for the minor positions. And David, talking about the grip, the corner which they're negotiating now is a very high G-force corner and will generate up to 4 G-forces of pressure on the drivers as they make their way through that corner. And it's a real physical hiding that these drivers go under. As Dan goes through on the inside of Pearce, it's very, very demanding, and the tyres are the key to what generates all that grip.
Exactly. Well said. That's Caruso, driver of machine 200. Caruso obviously is a New South Welshman, and you know, drivers just really demonstrating their commitment to, well, their careers in terms of the distances they're prepared to travel. This event being staged in Queensland, the 2nd round of the national title, boasting drivers from as far away as Western Australia, so they're all pretty serious about it. So are the 2 men up front as we refocus on the scrap for the lead in the final of Formula A. It's Winterbottom in 41, Troy Hunt in 20. They started 1 and 2 respectively on the grid. They dominated the heats in the pre-final, and Hunt has taken the lead with a beautiful pass. Interesting to see how much Winterbottom's got left.
Well, I think a lot of people were fearing that might happen because Troy Hunt has just been dynamite all weekend. He's gone through, pulled out a bit of a gap already, although Winterbottom's pulled him in through this tight section and right on his tail now. See if he makes the move up the inside. Not going to do so. Up this short 90-metre back straight leading onto the long straight, which is the fastest part of the circuit. See the cart slightly sideways under braking. Up the back straight now. Engine's doing 20,000 RPM, speed around 115 k's an hour, braking down to 40 k's an hour in about a second. So they make their way onto the start-finish straight. Let's see if Winterbottom can do anything about it now. Right on his tail. Up the inside, can he do it? No, Troy Hunt cuts him off. Sensational dice out front.
This is the best Formula A race I've seen for a long, long time.
Yeah, this is really going to be something because Winterbottom, he is so determined. If you see him all weekend, he really wanted to win this race. Troy Hunt looks as though he's got the kart working well, but Winterbottom, regardless, wants to get to the front. Although there's nothing between it at this stage. And Winkup back in third place. He's closing in on both of them.
Hunt showing plenty of determination. Ooh, he got a little sideways there on the entry to that right hand up. Winterbottom stays with him in second spot. In third is Jamie Wincup, and he's starting to join this battle too. He's not that far away, whilst they're busy battling away with one another. A slight error from either Hunt or Winterbottom could play right into Wincup's hands. Here he is now in machine 6. He's right behind them. Hunt is under very serious pressure here from Winterbottom. They've got their hands full, all right.
Yeah, exactly. If these two keep dicing as they are, they could lose anywhere up to a second a lap, and that'll play into the hands of Wincup. He'll just haul them in hand over fist.
Now he switches lines, looks up the inside. Winterbottom's got him. Nice move. He summed that up, set himself up, and Hunt would be dirty with the fact he left the door open for him.
Well, I'm not quite sure if he was actually choking the engine, or we saw an arm go up from Hunt, whether he actually waved him through or not. It was difficult to see, very, very quick. And either way, Winterbottom's gone through, and now Hunt's under real pressure from Wincup, so we're not sure what's happened there. But Mark Winterbottom, the New South Wales Cosmic team driver, he's out front. Hunt has waved through Wincup. He has got some sort of problem. You don't lose two positions like that just from driving ability. He has got some sort of problem with that machine.
I think it's probably tyres. Look how hard he's working at the steering wheel compared to the two drivers up front. The kart has got plenty of attitude all of a sudden, and Hunt is having to work really hard at keeping it on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's having difficulty turning the kart in. Difficult to pick up from this point of view. All front three drivers are on Bridgestone tyres. Yeah, you can see him really working away at the wheel. Who knows what's happening, but he is in some sort of trouble. The only other thing which it could be is he could be suffering from some sort of brake failure. You see him miss the corner there. Actually, I'd suggest that possibly it is brakes because he came in very, very deep and almost missed the apex of the turn there. He's signalling to his pits on the side there. Troy Hunt, I would say, he's out of this race.
Next man through is Richard McLeod in 14. There he is now. Chris Cox is the driver of 77. Cox from New South Welshman, or rather from New South Wales.
Yes, interesting entry here from Chris Cox. Switched to the Ital System team. The 1997 Intercontinental A champion. Has a look up the inside of McLeod. Has gone through. He's on the charge. Of course, he qualified second in this race last year. It's only his second year in Formula A. And Chris Cox, with that Ital course machine, really starting to come on strong. And he could get to the front of this race also. There's nothing in it. It's a 28-lap final. Any of these front few drivers, with the possible exception of Hunt, could get to the front of this race and win.
Reminder, third round of the Winds Championship to be staged in Geelong on August 15. Be a great weekend of karting. If you live nearby, pop out and have a look at the nation's best young talents in the three categories of Junior, Intercontinental A, and this elite class now, Formula A. They'll all be there on August 15.
Wincup now pressuring Hunt, who's seemed to have picked up the pace again. This is a real peculiar situation. And just had word through that Chris Cox in kart number 77 has set the fastest lap of the race at 48.3 seconds as Wincup has a look on the inside of Hunt, side by side through the S's coming onto the pit straight. Hunt with some sort of problem, suggests it's brake failure, still trying to hang on, but it's Chris Cox, the man in fourth place, all the way from Newcastle in New South Wales, who has set the fastest lap of the race, and he is on the charge.
Great stuff, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't get much better than this in any form of motorsport. They've all been working one another over. An excellent battle involving the likes of Winterbottom, Hunt, and in this case Hunt and Whincup. It is just sensational stuff from these guys.
In the space of that last lap, Chris Cox is really starting to haul in these guys. The gap is now visual. We don't need to put a clock on it. Hunt, you would suggest, starting to hold up Whincup down the inside of the end of the straight. Can he do it? Side by side, this is fantastic stuff. You'll see the carts pick up an inside rear wheel. That just shows how hard they're working. They don't have a differential, these carts. As Whincup makes his way up the inside of the pit straight, He's gone through. Hunt's actually hit the back of Whincup. Cox is now right there. Goes through. Does he? No. Hunt closes the door. Fantastic stuff here at Ipswich.
When you think about it, Ian, if Hunt does have a problem, as you and I suspect, he's doing a fantastic job to stay in this fight.
Yeah, he really is, but I can't see him going forward from here. He's now under pressure. Well, he's waved Cox through. He's waved Cox, and no, Richard McLeod has to hold back. Chris Cox, though, has set the fastest lap of the race, and he is the one on the charge, and now he's got Whincup in his sights.
Yeah, Hunt's just let 3 drivers go through, so he's doing a mighty job just to stay out on the racetrack. Clearly a problem. Ian Salvestrin, the expert beside me, suspects it might be a braking problem. In 77 is Chris Cox. Obviously had a saloon passage, courtesy of Troy Hunt waving him through. There's Winterbottom. He's not going to be beaten. Tyson Pearce has a problem. He moves his kart from what was a precariously positioned machine.
Disappointing result from the South Australian Amiga driver there, but he'll be back for the 3rd round in Geelong. Winterbottom, though, it looks as though nothing is going to stop him from taking Cosmic to their first Formula A win in Australia. A new make of kart out of Italy, and Winterbottom, the team driver, looks as though he's going to take this one all the way to the win, and it'll be a fantastic win if he can do it too. He's backed off the pace, just trying to conserve everything. Whincup's behind. Cox is still on fire. He's chasing. He hasn't given up on this race. Winterbottom might have backed off the pace, but Chris Cox really has been the sensation. He's got his head down on the back straight, 115 odd k's an hour. Watch the inside rear wheel just skip up off the ground. It's because these karts flex. They don't have a diff, as we mentioned earlier, and the kart frame will actually flex and twist and bend in order to make the kart turn into the corners. So to get round the corner, the quickest way is on 3 wheels.
You're looking at our race leader, Mark Winterbottom, driver of Machine 41. I don't think prior to the start of the race, if you said to him you're going to win by as far as the margin has ended up being, he wouldn't have believed you in a lifetime, because the battle leading up to this main race was ferocious. And Winterbottom is going to get maximum points and take victory in the Formula A final at the 2nd round of the Winter Australian Karting Championship. Not far to go now. Just relaxing.
Winterbottom with backing from Cosmic, Elf and Data Ease. He's going to take the win here at Willowbank.
There it is. And he's happy about it. The one-fingered salute. And obviously a good battle for 2nd and 3rd. That was the case for the duration of that event. But there is your victor in the 2nd round of this National Series. Obviously, Mark Winterbottom from New South Wales in the Cosmic entry. And there's the recap for you at the completion of the event. Whincup, Chris Cox, Richie McLeod, Troy Hunt, then Cathcart Heath, Caruso, Dan and Lazinski.